My daughter's teacher dumped her backpack on the floor, accused her of stealing $500, then stared at my grease-stained jacket. Pay me now, or I call child services. She had no idea who I was about to call. Lily's books were already on the floor when I walked in. Pencils, her notebook, the worn pencil case with the yellow zipper she had picked out herself last August. All of it scattered across the tile like it had been shaken out deliberately over the edge of the desk, which it had. Mrs. Sharp stood behind her desk with her arms crossed and her chin up. Lily stood near the chalkboard, trembling so hard I could see it clearly from the doorway. Your daughter stole $500 from my wallet, Mrs. Sharp said. Then she looked at me, at my jacket, at the grease stain on the left sleeve I had not scrubbed out before leaving the shop, at my boots, at everything about me that told her what kind of man she thought she was dealing with. Pay me now, she said, or I call Child Protective Services and let them take a careful look at your home while they're at it. I looked at Lily. Dad, she whispered. I swear I did not take anything. I know, I said. Then I turned to the teacher. Call them. She blinked. Excuse me? The police. Call them right now. If there was a crime, we follow the law. Something shifted in her expression. Not fear exactly, more like irritation that her shortcut wasn't working the way she expected it to. She picked up the phone and made the call. Then she set it down and smiled at me like she had already won. I helped Lily pick up her things while we waited. She kept her head down, wiping her face with the back of her hand. She's hated me since September, Lily whispered. I wouldn't tell her who posts jokes about her in the class chat. Last week she told me she'd find a way to punish me for it. I pulled out my phone. I had not called this number in 6 years. Rob answered on the second ring. Colonel Robert Hayes. We had served together. Me as a mechanic, him as my lieutenant. Now he wore more decorations than I could name, but he had always answered when I called. Rob, I'm at Oak Creek Middle, classroom 205. A teacher accused my daughter of theft and demanded cash to make it go away. I don't need a favor. I need a witness. 10 minutes, he said. The two officers arrived first. Mrs. Sharp immediately shifted into full performance, dabbing her eye, lowering her voice, describing herself as the victim of a student who had never respected authority. Then the door opened behind them. Colonel Robert Hayes walked in wearing full dress uniform. The officers snapped straight. Principal Henderson, who had been hovering near the back wall, went visibly pale. Rob looked at Mrs. Sharp. Is there security footage in this building? Yes, sir, Henderson said immediately. Get a laptop. The footage played in front of the entire room. 10:15, Lily entered with the attendance book. 10:16, she left. Her hands were empty the entire time. Rewind to before she entered, Rob said. The footage showed Mrs. Sharp leaving the room in a hurry, tossing her open handbag onto a chair beside her desk. The bag fell sideways. The zipper was not closed. Pause. Everyone leaned forward. Were your valuables secured before you left the room? Rob asked. Of course, Mrs. Sharp said. I always secure them before I leave. The footage says otherwise. One officer cleared his throat quietly. To file a formal theft report, we need documentation the money existed, a withdrawal receipt, a bank record. She stared at him. It was my own money. We understand that. We still need to verify the amount before we can proceed. She had nothing. Rob folded his hands. You demanded cash from this man before police arrived. You publicly searched a minor without cause. Your account is not supported by the only objective evidence we have. Mrs. Sharp's voice cracked. That girl has disrespected me all year. She thinks because she has no mother. I stepped forward. Rob raised one hand and stopped me without turning around. That's enough, he said quietly. Principal Henderson was already at the door, speaking in a low voice to someone from the front office. The officer closed his notebook. Mrs. Sharp looked from the officer to Rob to me, and for the first time since I had walked through that door, she had absolutely nothing left to say.